Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Melanie, and today I thought we would do a couple of Halloween crafts that I have enjoyed. I'm not sure where I got the idea for these, so I apologize to whoever came up with it first. But the two that I would like to talk to you about today are making some magnets and then making some fake coals to put under a cauldron. So for making the magnets, what you'll need is a package of magnets. I just got these at Hobby Lobby. They're about $4. Some of these glass discs, I guess. It's just important that they be flat on one side and that you be able to see through them. They were about $3 at Hobby Lobby for a package of a whole bunch. And you'll also need some Mod Podge and a brush, a pen and scissors, and a hot glue gun. But the most important thing is to find some Halloween scrap paper. So you can either get these like at Michael's or Joann's or Hobby Lobby, wherever you find some paper. I think my favorite though, I have gotten online, and you can just order whatever you can find. This has a bunch of really cool pages in it, and it's small, so it wasn't too expensive. I also have this one. So I have made these magnets in different capacities several times. I make a lot of Halloween sets for me and for my friends, but I've also made some for Christmas. I gave a bunch of Christmas magnets to coworkers last year, and I have a friend who is a music teacher, and I made her some out of music notes. So I also have some magnets that I have made to match the year-round decor of my house. So the first thing you want to do is choose the paper that you want to use. I like to use print that has smaller pictures so that the entire thing will show up. But you can also use larger prints and just do part of it. I find that light pictures usually show up better than some of the darker ones, but just look through your disc and see what looks good to you. So I'm going to start with the spider, and you just place it however you want it, and then you trace around it. I'm going to make a couple of them because I like to have sets that match. I'm also going to do a few of these skulls. They look really pretty when they're finished. Next, you just cut them out. The next thing you're going to do is Mod Podge your circles onto your glass. And so I usually put a paper towel down so the stickiness doesn't get on the surface you're working on. Just put a thin layer on the glass, and then you just put the paper on it. And I like to make sure there are no bubbles. I like to try to press it down until the bubbles are gone. And we'll trim it in a minute, so it's okay if it doesn't match exactly the size. And when your paper is dry, then you just trim around the edges. I'm gonna get it pretty close. And then you get some hot glue, just put a little bit on there, and stick a magnet on. And now you've got a set of spooky magnets. That can be as cutesy or as classy as you want. The next craft I'm going to show you is how to make fake coals. You can put these under your cauldron, or you could do like I did in Arkansas and put it in my fireplace grate because in Arkansas it's still hot in October. But since we have moved to Colorado, on Halloween night I like to have it out on my display where my candy is. So we have a yard display, and when people come to trick or treat, I have a table down on my driveway. I've had parents tell me that they really appreciate the accessibility, but also I just want to be out there with some of my projectors and speakers to make sure they're okay. But anyway, we have a table set up, and I put this on it, and I put a cauldron that's empty on top and the candy in that. And the kids really like it. It's a neat effect. And you wouldn't believe how many parents I've had ask me if it's actually hot. I'm like, really? You think I would put real coals on top of my plastic table under my plastic cauldron? But anyway, it's pretty convincing. I will show you when we make ours, and it gets a little bit darker. I'll show you what it looks like. It glows like real coals. So I've had this about 10 years. It needs some touch up, but it still works, which is awesome. So what you need first is just any kind of a base. Today I'm going to use cardboard. I've used like plexiglass in the past or styrofoam. I'm a big believer in using whatever you have laying around. So this is just a cutout of one of our cardboard boxes that we had. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take the bottom part of some of these, I guess 2-liter drinks. You just cut them off and you kind of put them in each corner. And I think the reason that the original person I got this idea from, I think the reason the original person did it was to give the cauldron a good place to sit. Next, you're just going to tape these down. Do this. And it really, placement doesn't really matter too much. And I'm just using painter's tape, but you can use anything. You can use duct tape. You can use packing tape. And I don't know if you can see, but I even have like a little 1-liter, 2 liters, because that's what I have at the house. I don't waste stuff. Okay, when you get those taped down, then you're going to get some orange lights. Now this is if you're making coals, okay, the orange lights, but I think that it could have other uses. Like I was looking today and there were some purple lights and some green lights, and like if you wanted to do like a toxic waste thing, I think green lights would be really cool. So you're just gonna lay these like all over. Again, the only important thing is that you make the plug stick out the end so you can plug it in. So I'll tape that down first. But then you just make sure your board is covered, and make sure that there are some lights on top of the 2 liters, because that's going to be the top. You want those to glow really well. Okay, once you finish taping that down, and you can put the end piece in here, it's fine. Then comes the fun part. So you're gonna find, it's called Great Stuff. It's a plumber's tool they use for filling gaps and cracks and stuff. And you are going to spray this all over it. Now, you'll spray it, and then it'll take a little while to cure. It'll puff up some, so you do have to leave it for a while. But this stuff is super fun to use. Now, I am outside. Would not do this inside. So it says to wear gloves and protective eyewear, so you should probably do that. So let me show you. Let's see if I can tilt this down a little bit. had to go get another can of great stuff. So apparently it takes 2 cans. But as you can see, it's starting to puff up a little bit more. Okay, I think I'm done now. I've covered all of the tape and all of the wires and all of the lights. So now I'm just gonna let it sit and then we'll spray paint it. It's mostly dry now. So this is another case of do as I say, not as I do. You should wait for it to fully dry. But for time's sake, I'm gonna go ahead and show you what it looks like spray painted. So I'm going to just, I have flat black, matte black would probably work. Glossy black, probably not, looks so great. And of course I'm not gonna do this. Okay. All right, so you don't have to fully cover it. You just kind of want it to look like that. So it's okay if some of the foam shows through. Okay, I'm going to show you a little bit of what it looks like. So you can tell that it's not like completely black, but it's mostly black. And I may take you inside to show you what it looks like in the dark because the sun's not going down fast enough. Something else I wanted to show you is this cauldron. I made it at the same time I made my first coals. It's just a plastic cauldron, but I used Mod Podge and put some sand and oatmeal, it's falling apart, sand and oatmeal on it, and then like spray paint it black and use some brown paint. It kind of made it look old and used. But inside it's just more of the great stuff, and I sprayed it silver. So this looks nice sitting on the coals if you have like a setup that requires a cauldron. But again, you could put like green or purple lights in there. That would be pretty cool. Mine's just solid silver. So this is what my old one looks like. You can see all the coals. Like I said, this is 10 years old. And this is what our new one looks like, even without being fully dry. I may touch it up a little bit with some more black in a few places, but I think overall it looks pretty good. Thanks for watching. I hope you're having a great spooky season no matter what time of the year it is.